They say a boy and a girl can never be just close friends without romantic feelings getting in the way, and somehow that is true. This is a story of two best friends who were always inseparable, Aman and Priya, with a platonic love like no other. But when hidden feelings creeps in, everything comes pouring down in a hailstorm of love. Find out what happens in this emotional, heart-throbbing story titled A Hailstorm of Love. They say you only know how much you love someone when they break your heart, and yet you're excited to talk to them, because your heart still leaps at the thought of them. That was Priya for me. She had been my best friend for as long as I could remember, my safe place, my joy, my everything. But I never told her that. Priya and I had grown up together. Our families lived in the same neighborhood, our siblings were friends, and we were inseparable. From childhood mischief to teenage dreams, she had always been the one person who understood me in ways no one else could. We shared everything, our ambitions, our fears, our late-night talks about what life had in store for us. She wanted to open her own bookstore one day, filled with every classic novel she loved, and I wanted to build a life where she was always part of my world. I still remember our first real adventure together as kids. We had sneaked out of our houses one summer evening to chase fireflies near the old temple ruins outside town. We ran barefoot on the dewy grass, our laughter echoing through the still night. She cupped a firefly in her small hands and turned to me, her dark eyes twinkling. "Look, Aman, it's like holding a tiny star." At that moment, I wished I could have captured time just like she captured that firefly. As we grew older, the games changed, but our bond remained. In high school, she became my confidant. When I struggled with my studies, she tutored me late into the night. When she cried over losing her grandmother, I held her hand and sat in silence beside her for hours. We were a team, a unit. Everyone around us saw it, though. My mother used to smile knowingly whenever I talked about Priya, and her sister would tease her about how much time we spent together. "You two are like two pieces of a puzzle," they'd say, and I believed it. I believed we were meant to be, until the day Nick came into the picture. She met him at her favorite bookstore, the one we used to visit together. A foreigner, charming and sophisticated, who spoke about books with a passion that made her eyes light up. And suddenly, I wasn't the only man in her life. She spoke about him constantly, about how kind he was, how smart, how different. And before I knew it, she was going out with him. Before I could blink, she had said yes to being his girlfriend. And just like that, my world crumbled. I remember the night she told me about him. She was glowing, happiness radiating from her in waves as she gushed about their perfect date, how he had made her feel so special. I smiled, I nodded, I listened. But inside, I was drowning. Because it should have been me. It had always been me. I started to pull away from her, trying to nurse my broken heart in silence. She noticed. Of course she did. "Aman, why are you avoiding me?" she asked one night, concern in her eyes. But I couldn't tell her the truth. How could I? How could I ruin her happiness by telling her that the very thing making her smile was the thing breaking me apart? Days turned into weeks, and the gap between us widened. She started spending more time with Nick, and our late-night conversations became less frequent. I would watch from afar as she laughed with him, holding his hand like she used to hold mine when we were kids. The sight of them together felt like a dagger slowly twisting in my chest. Then the wedding invitation came. I stared at it for hours, my hands trembling. She was marrying him. The woman I loved, the woman I had built my dreams around, was marrying someone else. I couldn't stay. I packed my bags and left town, hoping that distance would make the pain bearable. It didn't. Every night I closed my eyes and saw her. Every morning I woke up with the weight of what I had lost crushing my chest. And yet, I never reached out. I let her go, even though my soul screamed for her. Months passed. The world moved on. And then, on the eve of her wedding, I called her. "Priya," my voice was hoarse, raw. "I need to see you. There's something I need to tell you." She hesitated, but then agreed. "Come to the venue before the ceremony." So I drove. Faster than I should have. The rain started to pour, heavy and unforgiving, but I didn't care. My hands clenched the steering wheel, my heart pounding. I was finally going to tell her. Finally going to lay my heart bare, even if it was too late. But fate had other plans. The roads were slick, my vision blurred by the downpour. A sudden turn, a moment of miscalculation, and my car skidded off the bridge. The impact was a distant sensation, the cold water rushing in like an embrace I never wanted. As I sank, the weight of regret pressed harder than the water around me. I thought of her, of Priya, of our first meeting, of all the times I had held her hand but never held her heart, of the life I had imagined with her, the future we were supposed to have, kissing her, marrying her, growing old together. But it was just a dream now, slipping away like the last breath in my lungs. I wanted more time. I wanted one more moment. But all I had was this silence, this darkness, and the echo of her laughter in my heart as everything faded away. If you found this story interesting and want more, please like, share, comment, and subscribe for more.